As part of an awareness-raising initiative for World AIDS Day in 2011, Lesego Motsepe, known still to many as Lettie from Isidingo, announced her HIV-positive status on national radio, revealing that she'd been living with HIV for the last 13 years, first diagnosed in 1998. Lesego, I so admired you for doing that. I still do, but what prompted you to come out and declare your status publicly?
Hi, Michael.
Yes, hello. Welcome to the show. You're right. Jump straight in there. I can just tell me, you know. Thank you. I'm corrected.
Laughter is still the best medicine, I tell you.
And that smile is beautiful.
Thank you. And your charm is just so infectious. Anyway, I decided that I'd had enough. I did not want to live in fear. You know, and also I wanted to free myself. I really genuinely wanted to free myself because I'm such a free spirit anyway.
So in a sense, the truth is setting you free, as it were. Yeah?
Yeah.
In a manner of speaking. You said, and I quote, I don't say I'm HIV positive, I say HIV lives in my blood. What's the deeper meaning behind that?
The term HIV positive has always had such a very heaviness to it, for me personally, you know. And when I changed that phrase to say the virus is living in me, I actually realized that I am empowering myself. I'm not allowing it to dictate to me.
I'm in charge.
Yes, I am in charge.
It's a cliche, living positively with HIV. And I know you're not mad about that cliche, but you do live positively. I mean, again, the smile, the sparkle in the eyes.
Yeah.
So how do you practically live positively with HIV?
Michael, you live. It is not about the virus living in you, in as much as people who have got cancer or any terminal illnesses, you know, they decide, I'm going to live, I'm not going to be forever under the shadow of this thing. Yeah. So the first thing you do is you choose to live. And I suppose then people then say living positively with the virus. It's
the author in you goes like, nah, come on. You know.
What do you mean? It's as if we're glorifying this, the more we coin phrases around it, you know. But for some people, this is what they need in order to be able to go through that day-to-day, you know, life. I just say I choose to live. I choose to live. You
said something earlier that just triggered, you say we glorify the disease, and what you're doing is the exact opposite. You're kicking it in the teeth saying, I'm not even going to give you the time of day. You know, stick around that dark little corner of my body somewhere. I'm in charge.
When you glorify something, you elevate it to another pedestal, you know. The change in the tone that we set, specifically with regards to HIV, has to change. And I suppose medically, when you look at records, you will see how stigmatization is still very prevalent. Even in environments where you feel people are so enlightened and educated that it shouldn't be. And the stigma, unfortunately, is perpetuated by people that themselves are not living with the virus. For people living with the virus who are out there, who are, you could say, mobilized, who are saying, I will not be defeatist about this, it has changed because more and more people are coming out. They're saying, well, okay, I too have got this virus, you know, different spheres, politically, socially, in all these different environments.
And it's people like yourself who are leading that charge, who are high profile and saying, you know what, I am HIV positive. And you're allowing others to do the same, which is great. So what you're doing in destigmatizing the disease, Lesego, is wonderful. I've got a really difficult question for you, though. When you described when you first discovered you had HIV, you weren't surprised because you've been working as an AIDS ambassador teaching kids about AIDS up to that point.
True.
So here's my question to you. Why do we, knowing what we know, still do what we do?
I'd say it's denial and not believing. When we first heard about the virus, people were in utter shock. They felt like it was something distant. It would not come to their homes. And now when you look at statistics, you know that out of every 5, there could possibly be 1 or 2 people that are living with the virus.
I think you put the nail on the head. It's denial.
It is denial.
I don't want to accept it.
Yes.
So final question to you. What would you say to somebody who has just found out that they are HIV positive? You're 15 years into this, you are a beacon of hope, you have that smile, you're a columnist, you're an author. What would you say to that individual?
I'd say that it's not a death sentence. There's many people that have lived beyond 15 years, and their attitude is actually what made them to be able to be positive about their lives. But mostly, I'd like to say to the greater majority of people out there that we need to have beacons of hope.
Love that.
Yeah.
Lesego Motsepe, hope. Hope. In fact, if I were to wrap up our discussion with a tweet, it would be a retweet of something that you said, Lesego, and I quote, "People are living their lives as if they're planning for a funeral. I'm not. I'm planning for life." That is living positively.